Did your child have COVID and now they are still dealing with ongoing symptoms? Well, a new national study may be able to help. Lead investigator Dr. Kellen Tantasira is here to share more. Doctor, good morning, and thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
A new study. What did the study find?
So we are part of the RECOVER study, which is a National Institutes of Health national study looking at long COVID across the age spans. There's actually a pregnancy cohort, a pediatric cohort, as well as an adult cohort that are all part of the study. And our local study at Rady Children's Hospital, of course, focuses on children along those lines. The study itself is focused on two what we call primary tiers. The first tier is mostly actually completed. That is just kind of looking at the general community using surveys to say how many people really do have ongoing long COVID symptomatology. What we're doing now is enrolling into the second phase of the study, which is where we actually look at individuals over several years to say what is the natural history of the study, what are the underlying mechanisms by doing specialized clinical testing as well as laboratory testing, and can we come up with potential therapies directed at long COVID.
We've heard many people talking about long COVID, and I got COVID and I just haven't been the same since.
Yeah.
So what has this study so far, what you have completed, shown? Long COVID is real?
Yeah, I think that is definitely the case, that there are many symptoms that are outgoing on there in the community. Our children in particular, our study as well as other studies have shown really a preponderance of things like fatigue, brain fog in kids, memory lapses, poor sleep, but also some other things such as ongoing respiratory symptomatology, including chronic cough.
Some of these symptoms, doctor, that you mentioned, I mean, I have 4 kids and it kind of sounds like them sometimes depending on the day. So if there's a family that's watching right now, how would they know that this could be their child and differentiate just from what children normally go through? Yeah,
no, absolutely. I think that's a great question. I think the big thing differentiating is really, A, did they have anything going on before they got COVID? And you know, long COVID by definition really are symptoms that last 30 days or more.
30 days or more.
Following the study. And so is there something new that's happening, or in the cases of what we've seen, for instance, with asthma, a significantly worsening of underlying symptomatology? Okay,
the COVID survey that you're going to do now, you're looking for new participants.
Correct.
So you did the first phase. What exactly is in the second phase? Who are you looking for? If there's people that want to be a part of it, how do they sign up?
So this phase is really focused on those people that say, my goodness, I really do feel that I meet this criteria for having symptoms. I just haven't been the same since I've had COVID.
Okay.
So really focused on symptomatic individuals. Part of the study really evaluates, we see them at Rady Children's Hospital. We do some physical exams as well as EKGs and lung function testing as well as blood testing. And then they may be eligible to go to our higher, more in-depth survey along those lines. In order to participate with the study, I know that we provided the study link to you, or they can contact us at pulmresearch@rchsd.org.
That will be difficult, I'm sure, for anyone to remember. I know we'll get it up on our website. Is it a particular age that you're looking for right now?
Yeah, so we take all pediatric ages, actually up until into your early 20s.
Oh, up until your 20s. Okay, so if this is something that you would like to learn more about and you'd like to participate in this, excuse me, long COVID survey, we'll get the information, that link that the doctor just mentioned, up on our website for you, foxeyesandiego.com, and click the Seen On tab. Doctor, thank you. We appreciate this.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.